Mr. Lim Biao Chuan.
Question 2, sir.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, to help migrant workers overcome the unfamiliarity of working in a new country, the Ministry of Manpower requires them to attend the Settling In program within 2 weeks of their arrival in Singapore. Now, conducted in their native languages, the SIP educates migrant workers comprehensively on their employment rights, the support channels available, as well as on lawful and responsible behavior, including the law against unlawful assembly or procession in public places. The education of migrant workers does not stop at the SIP. MOM has developed a comprehensive migrant worker guide, monthly newsletters, as well as various infographics in native languages on topics such as salary payments and channels where they can seek help. MOM and its partners also routinely disseminate information through online and physical platforms. For example, FW Mom Care app, social media posts, roadshows, as well as events to remind migrant workers on their employment rights and encourage those with employment issues to seek help from MOM and the Tripartite Alliance for Dispute Management, or TADM, for salary claims. Migrant workers with salary arrears may also approach the Forward Assurance and Support Team of FAST officers or Friends of ACE. These are volunteers at the dormitories, or they can also inform MOM through the monthly salary survey on the FW Mom Care app. The majority of migrant workers are registered users of the FW Mom Care app. Unions and NGOs such as the Migrant Workers Centre, which operates a hotline, are another source of support for migrant workers and can advise migrant workers on the avenues of help and work with MOM to render necessary assistance to migrant workers. The number of salary claims filed by migrant workers has come down significantly in recent years. On average, in 2022, TADM handles about 160 salary claims for migrant workers each month, compared to 410 in 2019. So 160 per month this currently versus 410 pre-COVID. Nonetheless, we recognize the importance of timely payments of salaries to all workers, and we will continue our efforts to arrest salary arrears early and assist all workers, both local and foreign, to promptly recover their salary claims.
Mr. Lim Biao Chuan.
Thank you, sir. Some concern at foreign workers who choose to make public their personal grievance or dispute with the companies because of non-payment of their salaries. Whilst I'm sympathetic towards their concern, may I ask the Senior Minister of State whether MOM will be working with MHA to take action against a company that fails to pay the salaries, and also the workers who choose to take the law into their own hands and make public protests? Would MOM be working with the police to prosecute such workers?
Thanks. I gather the member is referring to the recent incident on 18th of October, right? So specific to the incident, I'm unable to give too much details as the police investigations are still ongoing. But what I will say is this. Pertaining to salary claims itself, we take a very strong view and strong principle that, when a worker is owed salaries, he must be paid. I think he should be paid. I think that's quite clear. So in fact, of the 10 workers that were involved in the incident, 5 of them had salary claims. The other 5 actually, and the rest of Chunda corporations, their employer have actually no salary claims. So they're all okay, and they are actually, they were not owed any salary payments. So I think to some sense that's good. So for those who are owed salary payments, we've assisted them to settle all the payments. So that's been settled once they come to MOM, and we try to mediate. But in fact, we go one step further. So in this case, we also have investigated the main con, because these are subcontractors, so the main con. We found that the main con, Shanghai Chongqing, owed salary payments to 268 migrant workers. So we moved upstream and found that, and we've been assisting the workers. As at 31st October, Shanghai Chongqing had settled part of the owed payments, and we are working with them on a payment schedule for the rest. So it's not that the employer had, deliberately held back the payments, but we also understand that during these challenging times, sometimes payments are delayed. I think in the construction sector, we all know the challenges that they're facing too. So we try to mediate and see how best we can come to a middle ground, settle, because otherwise, you push too hard, the company folds, and it's not good for the workers either. So rest assured that actually most of the payments have already been paid for, so the old salaries are partially covered. So we are now settling the rest, and there's an installment plan being worked out. So in that respect, we will handle. For public order, I think MHA is fully apprised of the incident and certainly doing investigations and will take appropriate action if necessary. Thank you.
Mr. Luisa?
Thank you, sir. Could I just ask SMS? I mean, one way forward in terms of this salary dispute is to ensure that the migrant workers are paid electronically. So could I ask for an update on what percentage of migrant workers are now paid electronically and whether we can completely fill the gap and make it 100%? Thank you.
Actually, so I thank the member for his question. Really, since April 2020, when we had the circuit breaker and we had challenges to ensure that workers, or we made a commitment that all workers were going to be paid. We introduced a requirement for all employees to pay salary electronically for the migrant workers, especially those who are residing in dormitories. So today, I think I would say that almost all employers are already doing so, right? And this is up from 75% pre-COVID. So I think we've made that improvements in the last couple of years. And among the small minority of employees who have yet to switch, some indicated admin issues, and while others cited workers' preference for receiving salary in cash. But I would say this, that almost all are now on electronic payment. So we've made that progress, and I just want to thank all the employees for working with us on this.